Good morning. I am Vince Lisi with Prudential Ambassador Real Estate here in Omaha, Nebraska. Today I want to talk about, is it still really important that you should hire a real estate agent versus trying to do something on your own? And I would say that there are many reasons that you should continue to hire a real estate agent. I understand that we're in a world today where we have technology, where we have the ability to go out and search on the internet to find properties much easier than we ever have in the past. But a number of things that the real estate agent should bring to you, if you've selected a good real estate agent to help you, is experience and knowledge. That experience and knowledge should embrace and encompass a number of things. First of all, it should embrace, basically, as you narrow it down to a couple different neighborhoods, for them to get in and tell you the history of those neighborhoods. How often are houses selling? What's the turnover rate? Are houses appreciating or depreciating in that neighborhood? To basically give you a better sense of what the history has been and what the current trend in that neighborhood is from a value standpoint as you move forward. Another thing that another part of what that knowledge and experience should help you on is basically overall market conditions. And that's really became important over the last 4 or 5 years. Over the last 4 or 5 years, home prices have been going down in our marketplace and in most parts of it, but some neighborhoods don't go down as much as others. So it's important to understand what's going on as a trend in the overall market from a supply and demand standpoint, and the experience of a good real estate agent is going to be able to help you with the overall market conditions, what's going on with financing to help guide you in a direction, talk about here's what's going on in 15 and 30-year mortgages, and to help you get specifically in the neighborhood. The other thing that an agent helps you do, because buying a residential property is an extremely emotional decision for most people, it helps them to maybe take a little bit of the emotion out of there, where if a buyer and seller is trying to negotiate directly with themselves, sometimes they don't have that buffer. They don't have that person in there to help communicate and put reason in there saying, I know you love the house, but let's not overpay for the house. They have the ability to do research for you and say, here's what this house should be worth in today's marketplace, and you don't want to pay any more than this. If you're a seller, again, here's what your house is worth. Maybe they're underselling if they don't have an agent, to give you knowledge of what your house is worth and where you should price it. And also for sellers to help them put it in proper condition. So really taking that emotion out of there and making sure that buyers aren't overpaying and they're protecting their interests, and that sellers aren't undervaluing their property, and that they're making sure that the property is appropriately updated and in the right condition so it is a marketable property. So there are many reasons that you would still continue to hire a real estate agent in today's market. And I think the last one that really I want to touch on is negotiating. Real estate agents are out there negotiating contracts on a regular basis. And this again comes back to not overpaying or underpaying for a house. They help take that emotion out of there. So negotiating is kind of an art. Negotiating is an art, and if you don't do it on a regular basis and you're trying to do it on your own behalf, sometimes we're not our own best negotiators. Real estate agents are licensed, thus they have a legal and an ethical responsibility to make sure that they are representing your best interests as both buyers and sellers. So they should be utilized as a vehicle to make sure that they're finding out whatever they need to protect your interest, to make sure that you have a transaction that is good for you and that you're very well protected. Thank you very much. Have a great day.